Okay, hello everyone. So this video is going to be my updated photocard collection for the end of 2020. I've really been looking forward to making this video just because I feel like in the past 6 months my collection has changed a lot and I'm very happy with where it's at the moment. So since my last update, like full update, I've attempted to revamp my collection. I've dropped collections and just reorganized and even added collections. And at this moment in time, I'm just a lot happier with my collection overall than I was 6 months ago. So I'm really excited to show you this and just show you what I've done with my collection. But with that said, I do have 8 binders now. I think in my last update I had 5, but I have 8 now somehow. So yeah, but anyways, I'm not going to go in any particular order. I'm just going to start here with this binder. And I am filming this in a way where there'll probably be more shadows, but there will be no glare, so you'll hopefully be able to see everything pretty well. But yes, with that said, starting with this binder. Here we have my boy groups binder. So this binder starts with AB6. This collection is a little bit complicated. So for their first release, I just collected OT5, collected the full set. And then this is what I have for 6 cents. Because Youngmin was my bias, I was planning on collecting all of his cards, but at this point I just don't really plan to do that anymore for various reasons. So this is just my page for that, and this is an M-Wave card for their first album. And then we move on to Vivid. So this page is, obviously you can see it's Youngmin cards, but they are fan-made. They're not real. But I got these because, you know, Youngmin was my bias, but I do plan to collect AB6 moving forward. I'm not going to stop collecting them just because my bias isn't in the group anymore. But I'm using these cards as kind of a way to transition my collection. So Vivid forward, I'm just kind of doing whatever I feel I want to for the album. So it'll probably change album to album as we move forward. So this page is just the first page I have for Vivid. So these cards in the corners are their AR cards, and then these two are Mixstar cards. I believe they're from different sets, but they both kind of match the V version concept, I guess. And then this page is V version for Daehui and Woojin. I didn't mention it, but I did collect Daehui and Woojin for this album. And then here's the I version and the D version. And then here's where I plan to put my collection for Salute. Now, if you watched one of my videos not too long ago, I set up this collection for Woong and Woojin, but later I decided that I just want to collect Woong. But I'm also kind of re-questioning that. I don't know, I guess I still haven't decided exactly what I want to do for this collection, because I'm thinking, what if I collected a full set of one version, because I really prefer one version's concept over the other. So I'm thinking, what if I just collect the 8 cards from that one version and then nothing else for all members. But then I'm also thinking, what if I collected Woong and a little bit of Donghyun, or maybe just Donghyun. I don't know yet, but I really did want to collect Woong because I like his cards the most, but I just don't know where I'm going with that yet. But I did reset up this for just Woong, so I don't know where that'll go in the future. But here are postcards. I collected all of Daehui and Woojin for Vivid. They just came with everything I bought. I didn't really go out of my way to try to collect them. And I also have, move this over a bit, I also have these Woong and Donghyun postcards because these are the ones that I pulled in my album. So, and then here are just some group postcards from, I think they're concert merch and stuff. And I don't really plan to collect concert merch for AB6 anymore. I was going to collect a whole bunch of non-album stuff for them, but since Youngmin's not in the group anymore, I don't plan to do that. Next collection is CIX. So I just collected Jin Young, and this first page is his solo album. I'd really like to finish this set for his solo album, but it's the lowest of low priorities, so I probably won't ever do that. And then here we have their first and second albums. I think this is chapter 1, chapter 2, and then these are the group cards for chapter 2. And then here's the page I have set up for chapter 3. I honestly think it'll be a miracle if I get these cards, because even on Mercari Japan, they're expensive. I don't know, I'm gonna hold out for this. I'm not gonna not collect this, but I think it'll probably take longer for me to get the cards than I would like. But then we just have some of their illustration cards in their albums. And then, in fact, this actually hasn't changed at all. Obviously, they haven't really done anything since my last update, but I just have Lollipop, Revolt, and Only You, and Lie. It's I really like this collection. It's small, but I mean, I love Eunjae to death, so all of his cards are super cute too. So then we have JBJ95. So since my last update, I did decide to collect both of them, so like all of their album cards, and I haven't really started that yet, but you know, it's all cool. We'll get there eventually, but this is where I'm at with their first album. I still have the same cards I had before. Their second album, Awake, I think this one is the newest edition, but I hope it doesn't take me long to complete this set because I love this set so much. And then we have Spark, which again, these are the same cards I had before. I just haven't really made the move to for real start collecting this yet. We'll get there. But this is a set I want to make sure I finish as well, just because I love these cards. And then here's the page I have set up for Jasmine. I haven't gotten the album yet. I'll be getting it eventually, but for now I'm not too worried about this. And then we just have some bigger inclusions for them. I've only collected like the bookmark type things just because that's what I've gotten from albums. I haven't collected anything else though. So next is, this is One We. I haven't finished their cover page yet. I just need to take the time to do it and I haven't really done that yet. But with that said, I did collect OT5 for their first release, and I honestly would continue collecting OT5 if I could, but I can't. There's just too much going on everywhere else. At least at the moment. If in the future I can go back and collect OT5, I will, but for now I'm not. But this is the first version of their first album and then the second version. And then this is what I have for their demo album. So I just have Kia's cards. I need to get Dongmyoung's, and then they do have a new single coming out. So once that comes out, Kia and Dongmyoung's cards will go down here. So that's what that page will look like eventually. And then next, this is Wei. I don't have a cover page for this yet at all, just because I literally just added this to my collection like 2 days ago, and I hadn't set up to it prior to that. So really this is where we're at. But I do plan to collect Donghan for album cards only, nothing outside of that, and I have 6 out of his 8 cards. I still need 2 for this version, but yeah. I did get all those cards from Recruit Japan, so yeah. And then I have 2 of his bigger inclusions, his standee thing, and then 1 of his postcards. I don't plan to collect bigger things or anything like that, really, just photo cards, but they came with some stuff that I bought, so I'll keep them for now. And then next we have, these are just some of Donghan's solo album cards that I still have. I did get rid of some that I had. I don't know if I'd gotten rid of them before my last update, but regardless, this is still what I have. I just kept what I thought was cute, so yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't keep any from his second album, but it is what it is. And then we have We in the Zone, which I can proudly say that this collection is complete as of right now. So I collect full group for them. So we have completed OT5 sets for their first release, so the first one, second one, and all of these do have like actual signatures on the back. But here's set 2 and then set 3. This is the card I was missing for the longest time, but I'm so happy I finally have it. So there's that. And then I have 4 of the 5 standees. I don't plan on getting the last one just because it's unnecessary to have, like I don't need it. But we have Isun, Juan, Min, and then Shihyun. So yeah, I'm just missing Kyunghan, but again, I don't really need it. And then here we have their page for their second mini album. This is probably my favorite page out of every single one of my binders. I think not only are the cards super cute, but also I just love the way I organized this. So I'm really happy with that. But yes, this is entirely complete. And then on the back, I just have 2 of Shihyun's Japanese cards. Didn't really have anywhere else to put them, but I'm trying to get my hands on Isun's cards. So if I get those, they'll probably move to a different page. But yes, here we have debut showcase cards. This is set 1 and set 2. And then we have their Make Star set for their first album. And then these are some Japanese postcards. They just came with some stuff when I bought from Recruit Japan. So this is Isun's, and then this is Juwon's, which this is actually signed, like for real. Then we have the Unit album that Shihyun did. We have all of his cards from that. And then this is from his solo fan meeting. So there's the first 6 cards in the last 7. And then we have postcards from that Unit album. Yeah. I've gotten a few more since my last update, but that is my entire boy groups binder. Alright, so the next binder I am going to go through is my girl groups binder. There's nothing interesting in these pockets over here, just itsy pre-order packaging basically. But the first group in here is Brave Girls. This is the same as it's been for years. I heard they were supposed to come out with an album sometime. Like when I first heard the news, it was supposed to be by the end of the year, but since it's the end of the year, we haven't heard anything yet. I'm assuming it's not coming, but hopefully that comes soon and I'll be able to collect them again. But next is CLC. So this, I don't know, I think I might have rearranged this a bit since last time, but we just have Question, Nuclear, and this album that I can't think of. I don't know why I can't think of the name of that, but we have the black dress postcard in the back here as well. And then Crystyle postcards, photo cards, whatever. And then we have album cards. This is Freeze 'em. Okay. I don't know why I forgot that. Freeze 'em. We have Freeze 'em through number 1 here, and these are black dress, obviously. And then we have OT7 for Helicopter. I decided to collect full group for Helicopter just because it was their first comeback in a long time, really, and I just really wanted to support them as much as I could, so I bought a whole bunch of albums and decided to collect full group. So we have set A and then set B. And then I did rearrange how I had the bigger items set up. So this page is just Seunghee's bigger inclusions. And then I went ahead and put the pilot cards into an 8-pocket page. Honestly, I hate this because I just don't like them not being right side up, basically. And I hate them being sideways, but they fit pretty well in this, and it is what it is. But next we have the bookmarks, which I don't hate how this is set up, but I did have to tape them down. And it only sucks because they're like transparent, so you can kind of see where I put them in some places. I think the only one you can't see is like Unbin, but that's the full set of that. And then here we have all of the stickers. So there we go, full group. And then we just have some non-album things that I have for Seunghee. These are from United Cube Concert, and then these are from the extra goods from No era. And then we also have postcards from me. And then we have some of the like fan sign cards that I have for Helicopter. So this is the K-Town for You set, and I have the full set, obviously, all 7 members. And then these are 4 of the 7 from Makestar. I don't plan to complete this set, I just kept what I pulled, especially because I pulled Seunghee, so I didn't feel the need to go out and buy the last few, although I think the cards are cute, I just don't need them. So then we have Daya, which I collect Somi. So my collection for her has been complete for a while. So this is just YOLO through Love Generation. And then we have Present through Summer Aid. And I have this Yebin card in the middle. And then we have Neutro on the top here. And this is what I have for their most recent album, Flower for Seasons. I did initially want to collect 1 card for each member, but I kind of changed my mind. This is a more recent thing, and I probably should have made this decision a lot earlier so I could actually, you know, like execute the plan, but I just plan to keep these cards in here, and I have the non-Yibin cards up for trade on my Instagram. Yeah, I'm just going to try to trade these cards for Yibin, but I'm still going to keep them in here. Like, I'm not getting rid of them if I don't trade. Yeah, and I'm also not really going to buy the cards, so I don't know. Then next we move on to bigger things. So these are just from Love Generation. We have some Somi photos. And then we have some Juwon and Chaeyeon photos. And then we have some Somi and Yibin postcards from albums. And these are stickers from Summer Aid. More bigger inclusions. I wasn't going to keep these standees. Well, I was going to keep Yibin's standee. I wasn't going to keep Unche's, but it fits here, so it's what we're going with. And then stickers for Flower for Seasons. I don't really know why I put these in here, but they're staying, I guess. Oh, and then I did put these film strips from the Present album in here just because, well, you can't see them, but you know, they're there. But these are from the Makestar photo book that Daya did, along with these postcards as well. And then these also from that same thing. Then we move on to my Itzy collection, which I love my Itzy collection. I collect Chaeyoung, so I just have It's Icy on the first page, all of Chaeyoung's cards. And then second page is It's Me. I have all of her individual cards in the middle, and then units on the top and bottom. And then this is my most recent like completion. If any of you saw my pulls from this album, you'd know that they were really, really good. So I pulled all 3 of her individual cards from the album, and then I pulled, I think maybe 2 of her units, because I know I traded for this one, I think. I only had to trade for one of her units. And then this is her sub K card. I did just recently buy this. Well, I bought it a while ago, but I just recently got it in a proxy haul. And then yeah, this is her sub K card. This is her second MMT card, I think. And I just got this MMT card to kind of fill out the page. And I think this card really brings the page together because it just, everything is so pretty and I love it. So yeah. And then here we have bigger inclusions. This is like the cover thing for It's Me. I just have Chaeyoung and the group. And then these are Chaeyoung's pre-order things. I did not keep all of the members just because I don't need them. But then for IZ*ONE, so I collect Chaeyoung. And I actually just recently reorganized this as well, so it used to look different, but now I have Color Eyes on the top, Hard Eyes on the bottom, and then this is Bloom Eyes. I used to have all 6 cards from each version on one page, but I saw someone organize it like this, and I have no idea who it was, so if you're watching this, shout out to you. You're probably not watching this, but yeah, I saw them organize it like this, and I really liked it, so I just have the AR on the side, and then the 2 other cards over here. And I wanted to do it this way just because it matches how I have One Earache Diary. Yeah, but then we have our mini cards on the side here and then the other version cards. So I really enjoy how I have that set up now. And then, yeah, like I said, One Earache Diary. These are all of her cards. Super cute. And then for their most recent album, One Reeler, I obviously haven't gotten that yet. I think it just came out like a couple days ago, but also I just haven't pre-ordered it because I'm broke. But I plan to probably get her cards off Mercari Japan, but I think I'm only gonna get like her photo cards and not like any of the bigger inclusions. So yeah, but here are some of the bigger inclusions I have for Chaeyoung. I'm still missing some things from Bloom Eyes, but they're like the lowest of low priority. Like I'm honestly not worried about getting them at all. So here's just some more bigger inclusions. I have Sakura's thing here as well. And then here's just some more stuff. This is from their debut Japanese single, so yeah. And then here's my extras page. So before I had these kind of integrated in with my Chaeyoung cards, but I decided that since I kind of have enough that I'd put them on their own page. Yeah, this is just a unit from Color Eyes, Hitomi from Hard Eyes, and then Hitomi and Sakura from Bloom Eyes, and then this is Sakura from One Earache Diary. And honestly, I think I might go back and start collecting Sakura. There's no saying that I actually will, but I really want to. So I especially want to collect her for One Reeler because her cards are beautiful. Yeah, I love her cards for that album. So if anything, I'll collect her from One Reeler, but if I go back, it's a different story. I really want to, but who knows if I will. But yes, that was it for my girl groups binder. All right, next I'm going to go through my Twice binder. I don't know if you can see this, but I decided to give Twice their own binder just because this is 2 inches and they take up so much of it. So I just took them out of my girl groups binder because this collection is really big. Yes, since my last update, I have rearranged some. So here is just The Story Begins page. And then we have my page 2 page, and then Twice Coaster Lane 1 with her Christmas cards as well. Twice Coaster Lane 2, Signal, and then this is Twice-tagram, and then Merry and Happy. And then this is where I'm at with What Is Love. So I just have 7 of her cards. This is something I have to go back and work on, so it's a work in progress. And this is the full set I'm collecting. I think I'm going to collect another full set, but I'm unsure at the moment, so we'll see. But there hasn't been much work to this done lately, at least. Here's where I'm at with Summer Nights. I'm still missing 2 cards, which it is what it is. I'm hoping I can like finish that out soon, but then I did finish this OT9 set, so I obviously collected the glitter border. Super happy with how this looks, and I just love this set overall, so yes. And then we have the thin line border. So this one obviously a little bit less complete, but we'll get there. And then we have Yes or Yes. So I actually didn't collect a full set for Yes or Yes, so this is all I have. But I'm thinking I might do that just because I'm trying to have a more fleshed out and complete Twice collection, especially moving into 2021. I just like to do that with my collection, and yeah, I still have to decide like if I really want to collect a full set and what set I'd collect. And then I also, you might notice that I don't have the Year of Yes as well, and I'm thinking I probably will go back and collect that as well at some point. But this is what I have for pre-order cards. I'm just missing 1 for Yes or Yes. Yeah, unfortunately I didn't pre-order that album, so yeah. Here we have Fancy. So this collection I have entirely complete, so here is her set. And then the OT9 set I collected. So then we have Feel Special. This collection is also complete, so here we have Jihyo's entire set. And then we also have a Jui on the back, just because I love this card and I really wanted it. And then we have the color border set. And then we move on to More and More, and I collected quite a bit for More and More. So here we have a few unit cards and then some of Jihyo's cards. Another Jui on the back, and then I collected the thin border for one of my full sets. And then I also collected the signature cards. And then I also collected the black border. So this was really fun. I actually just completed this collection the other day, so I'm really happy to have this done now. This was the hardest set to collect by far. The cards were just kind of harder to find as time went on, which was weird. But yeah, and then here's what I have for pre-orders for those last 3 albums. I'm missing quite a few and it's annoying, but I didn't start regularly pre-ordering twice again until Feel Special, and I didn't even pre-order all 3 versions of that, so I'm annoyed with myself. But then we move on to my Eyes Wide Open collection. So this is Jihyo's full set. I think I'm still gonna rearrange this, but you know, that's what it is at the moment. Then I have this unit on the back with Jihyo, Jui, and Sana. Honestly, I kind of want to collect more of the units in groups just because I feel like it'd be fun, but I'm not really going to commit to that now. Regardless, this is the OC9 set I collected. I actually do have Sana and Mina on the way. They just didn't make it in time for this video. I only really bought them a couple days ago, so that's why they're not here yet. I'm so excited for this set to be finished because it's going to be so beautiful. But that was my Eyes Wide Open collection, and these are just Jihyo's pre-order cards. So then we move on to more bigger things. And I don't really collect bigger things for Jihyo, but I do have quite a bit of stuff here, but just not everything, so, you know. I just have Twice2Gram stickers and Summer Nights Polaroid, and then some things from Yes or Yes, as well as this thing from Twice Coaster Lane 2. And then I have 4 different of the coasters from More and More. I did pull Jihyo, so I just decided to keep who I pulled, especially because I think I bought 5 albums that era, so I just kept all of my other pulls, and I think I pulled a double, so yeah, I just kept the 4. And then these are the most cards. I just decided to put them in here for no real reason. I'm hoping that their next album has it, so I can put them like this and it just be like a fun little pattern, but yeah. And then we have the message cards from Eyes Wide Open. So I just kept who I pulled as well this time, and then I just bought Jihyo's from Card Japan. But I'm really happy with my pulls for like the other members because I just really like these. I honestly would collect OT9 for this, but it just wouldn't work. So yeah, and then we just have a few concert things for Jihyo, and it has been a really long time since I've collected non-album for Jihyo. So, but I kind of want to get back to it. Like, I want to collect some of their trading cards and stuff. So we'll see where that gets me. This looks really messy, but this is just stickers and postcards and stuff. I really need to go back and rearrange this stuff, but for now this is just what it looks like. And then we have the full sets of pre-orders that I've kept. I usually will only keep 1 full set per era, so this is just what I've kept so far. I just don't enjoy having my binder bulked up by like a million pre-order sets, but these are the mini posters, lyric poster things that I have from Eyes Wide Open. I don't remember who I have. I think I have a Junghyun and a Sana and someone else, but I don't remember what. But I need to get another A4 binder before I can like display those because I really like to display them, but I can't right now. But that was everything for my toys collection. Hopefully by my next update it will be just more how I want it, even though I really love this collection already. Alright, so next is my Hotshot, JBJ, and UNB binder. So since my last update, I've decided to collect full group for UNB and JBJ. So I'll talk about that a little more as I get to the sections, but for now we can go through my Hotshot collection. I've only reorganized this a little bit. There's obviously not really anything new. Well, there is, just not really much. But this is from their photo book full set, and then we move into like fan meeting goods. It's their first fan meeting. Super cute. And then their second fan meeting. This is set A, B, and C. And then this is actually the newest edition. So this is the Rising Star promotion that they did. I don't know what Rising Star is, to be honest. It looks like a facial mist, but it's like some kind of cosmetic, probably skincare type deal. But regardless, they had some goods for this promotion. They had posters and photo cards, and I do have all of those things now, but I think this set was probably one of my most holy grail things that I wanted, but I actually found this set on Mercari Japan for a really good price, so I'm really thankful about that because I can say that my Hotshot collection is complete. So yeah. Then we just have other postcards. So then we have my Taehyun collection. So I know I've made some progress on this year, but I honestly don't know if it was before or after my last update. So really, who knows? But regardless, I did like separate out everything so that everything's in number order and I don't have to switch everything around when I get a new card. So that's just where we're at. I honestly don't know if I'll ever finish this, but I really hope that I can one day. So there's that. And then we move on to JBJ. So like I said, I decided to collect a full group. So I'm collecting OT5, not OT6. This is my progress so far. I haven't really made a lot of effort into starting this, but I have had some people gift me some things. I have traded a few things. So that's basically why this collection has really even been started in the first place, but I'm really happy and thankful for all the trades and gifts I've received for this collection especially. But this is just fantasy. So yeah, and then I plan to put the stickers from True Colors here. So some will go on the back as well, but then we have New Moon, and here's just my progress on that. Not very much, to be honest, and I have no bookmarks. But here is everything I have just for Taehyun. This hasn't changed at all. So here we just have some, like, I guess debut era goods. Same thing. These are from their Season's Greetings from like 2018 or something. Then we just have more. These are like concert goods and stuff. These are like, well, this is an album thing. These are from Japan. But yeah, and then we have more postcard things. So I guess there was a new edition. I did add these to my collection not too long ago. They are from the photo book that JBJ had. So I'm really happy that I finally added these to my collection because I've been wanting them for a really long time. But otherwise, this is all the same. So we have standees, and then that's it for JBJ. And then for UNB, where my Hojung collection is concerned, this hasn't changed at all. Just rearranged it a little bit, I think. So there we have that. Bigger stuff. And then all of his like trading cards from Japan. So I already have my signed page. And then here is my progress for the rest of the group. So to be honest, I don't really plan to collect Chan, mostly because he's pretty expensive. It's not that I don't like him, because honestly, I love all of the members, but this collection is supposed to be more of a leisurely type of thing. Like, it's not something I'm taking super seriously. So, I mean, if I can find his cards for cheap, I'll get them, but if it's, like, you can get every member's cards for super cheap, and if I can't find his cards for that super cheap price, I'm not gonna get them. So, I can only guess I probably won't end up getting them, but this is just their first album, and then this is the limited edition of their first album. Same with this as well. I only have some pages, like, set up how they should be, but here we have postcards. I don't have many. And then this kind of transitions into limited edition postcards. I do have Chan's postcard for the limited edition because I pulled that one. But then we move on to Blackheart. So this is the closest I am with any set to completing. I don't know if that sentence made sense. That seemed totally out of order, but whatever. This is just the black set. And then, what set is this? This is the blue set. I just have 3 cards for the blue set. And then we have the red and orange sets here because I just have 2 cards each, so I don't really need to set up for it right now, but progress. And then we have some bigger Kijunga inclusions. And then we move on to DVDs, so this is just what I have for the FanCon DVD. And then I have this page for the All of Our Memories DVD. So I actually have some pretty good progress on this. I'm pretty happy with where I'm at with that, but yeah. And then I do have this page for like Japanese trading cards, but I only have 1. So I honestly don't think I'm going to make any effort to collect these, but who knows, I might end up with them. I don't know. And then the rest of this is just fan site goods, and I'm not going to go through them because I've gone through them before. So that's it for this binder. So next I'm just going to go through this binder really quick. It's like my smallest binder. It's just a 1-inch binder, but this is the binder that I have for all of my 101 solos. So I don't collect any 101 solo particularly thoroughly, but I do keep what I pull if I buy the album with photo cards or new. So this is just what I have so far. So for Daniel, I have some stuff from all 3 of his albums, but I only bought one version of all of his albums, so I would have more if I bought his other versions, but not yet. And then we just have some bigger inclusions. I do like to display everything I possibly can in this binder just because I feel like it makes it more interesting, and yeah. But then we have Jaehwan, and I just have some cards from his first and second minis. So yeah. And then some bigger inclusions. And then we have Jihoon, which I actually only have one card from him just because I've bought his last 2 albums without photo cards, because honestly I'd rather be able to have the album and not have a photo card. So yeah, maybe eventually I'll go back and buy cards for this album, but for right now I'm not worried about it at all. So that's just what we have here. And then we have some postcards from his first album, and then I don't have any sections for anyone after this, but these are from Jisung's album. And then we have these postcards from Sungwoo's album. Super nice. And then we just have some Sungwoon stuff, and I don't collect Sungwoon anymore, but these are just what I have of his fan club kits. So honestly, eventually these will probably make their way out of my binder, but they're just here for now until I decide what I want to do with them. And then we just have some A4s. Again, these are something I'm probably going to take out when I figure out what I want to do with these, but for right now I just have no idea. And then after this, I just have some bigger NCT inclusions because I just took these out of my binder because they were taking up space, and I just still have to find somewhere to put those things. So yeah, that was this binder really quick. Hopefully this binder can expand because I don't know, love collecting 101 solos. Alright, so next we can go through my Obtention binder. So this is more recent, where I gave them their own binder because well, first of all, their collection has grown quite a bit in recent times, so I decided it'd probably be good to give them their own binder, especially because moving into 2021 I do plan to start collecting OT10 for them. So I'm gonna start from the beginning and collect OT10 for them. It is going to be quite the project, but I'm honestly really excited to do it because they're an alt group and I just love them, and collecting them is really fun. So yeah. Starting off, for right now I only have my Xiao and Hwani collections. So for the most part, these are pretty much complete. I'm just missing a few cards, so I just have Top Secret through Spotlight. And then I do double side these pages because just for room, so I can have some room. And then I have Spotlight through Summer Go. I'm just missing Hwani's Summer Go cards. And then we have Burst through Stardom. And then Stardom through Going Crazy. And Imitation through So Beautiful. And then we have Labyrinto through The Moment of Illusion. I just recently got these pages that I use for this collection. They're obviously 6 pocket pages, but I'm gonna link in the description where you can get these from, because that's also the seller where you can get those bigger 2 pockets from. So if you want to know where you can get those from, I will link in the description the seller, so you don't have to ask me. But yes, and then on the back I just have some extra things, not really important, but I do need to get more of these 6 pocket pages before I set up for my OT10 collection. So, and I do plan to make a video about that, so you'll see that sometime next year. But moving on, this page here is for the key cards from Obtention's Invitation album, and there's 9 cards per member, and I don't really plan to collect them, especially where like OT10 is concerned, but I eventually want to finish Hwani and Xiao. But for right now, this is just what my collection looks like because I haven't really made the attempt to really do anything with it. But I just have 1 of Xiao's cards, and then I have 3 of Hwani's. Super cute. And I tried to put them in the way that I believe the back lines up because they do make kind of like a puzzle on the back. So yeah, but then we have unit cards from So Beautiful. I'm just missing 2. So I think I pulled this one and bought these 2. So yeah. And then this is kind of where I start like fully collecting OT10, full group, whatever. So this first set is the Agent card set from their Labyrinto album. Originally I just collected this full set because I really love the concept and I love how they look. Yeah, here's 9, and then Xiao is on the back. Here we have Moment of Illusion. This is where I committed to collecting full group, like for real. So I just have the Moment version here, all 8 members, and then the Illusion version as well. And I didn't collect the circle cards for that album. But then moving on, this is Light Up. So this is their most recent era, obviously. If you haven't listened to the song, please go check it out. I fully committed to collecting everything for this album, and that was kind of a slow process. I was initially only going to collect photo cards and then Xiao and Huani's like extra inclusions, but it just kind of eventually went, I'm going to collect everything just because, you know, I'll probably end up with it all anyway, so it doesn't really matter, especially because I did have to buy a lot of these cards. So for this album, they had 14 cards per version, so there was 28 cards total. Here's my progress with that. Here's the first set. And then the second set, I'm just missing Xiao, but I have bought it, so I'll have it eventually. And then here is the other version. This is the light hunter version. The other version is the light spectrum version. This version, here's the first set. And then the second set, I'm just missing one of Kogyo's, which again, I've bought it, but, you know, don't have it yet. But I am really proud with my progress on this collection because I thought it would take me forever, but yeah, Recard Japan always helps me out with that. And then we have the circle cards from this album. So since there's 7 members and these are 6 pocket pages, I decided to set it up a specific way. So we have the first 6 members here and then the other members on the back. I haven't finished this set yet. I believe I'm in the middle of trading for Kun's, and then I still have to find Huani's, but we'll see how that goes. But then they also had bookmarks for this album, and I do have this complete for all members. So here we just have all of the members in age order, so Kun, Kogyo, Beto, and then the backs of these are super pretty. So I really like these. And then we have Sunyeol, Gyujin, and Huani. And then this page is just Xiao's page. I honestly really like how I decided to set this up because in the albums themselves, there's a version of the album where like their pictures go in age order, and then the other version it goes in reverse age order. So that's what I did with the light hunter version of bookmarks. I just put them in reverse age order because it works. But then yeah, all members. I really like these two. So yeah. And then after that, that was all the album inclusions, so everything after this is like pre-orders and fan sign stuff. So this first set here is K-Town for You. There was 2 versions for K-Town for You, but I only have the one set, and I won't be collecting the other. And then this is MMT full set, and then this is Makestar full set. And then this is my special Xiao page, just because I obviously wasn't able to collect full group for every single pre-order that there was, because they did a lot of fan signs that were like more specific to Korean sites. So I don't have all of his cards here. I know there's some I don't have, but you know, it is what it is. But I believe this one is music art. Actually, I think these 2 are music art. This one is K-Town for You. These are music art as well, and then this is Makestar. This one in the middle is actually a with drama card, but it isn't Xiao, it is Gyujin. So I just got this in a set of things that I bought. And I really like this card, so I didn't really want to get rid of it, but the back is really cute, so I kind of used it as more of a placeholder. So yeah, and then we move into more of the Japanese stuff. So here we have ID, and that is finished for Huani and Xiao, and then this is Wild Love and Chaser. These top ones are Wild Love, and then these are Chaser. And in the middle, I just have one of Usuk's cards for Chaser. I'm just kind of doing the same thing as I did with that Gyujin card, because for right now I obviously haven't set up for full group yet. But then after this, we move into stuff that isn't really related to albums at all. So this is the full set from their 3rd anniversary like Makestar thing that they did. So we just have all members, and then Xiao is on the back. And then I have this set up here for, I have some like merch for them coming, so this is just what this is set up for. I have their most recent fan club kit coming that actually should be coming soon, but there's 2 sets of photo cards in that as well as 2 sets of IDs in that, so those will go here. And then I also have their 2021 Season's Greetings coming, and that in itself comes with a Polaroid set, also with, I bought it from Subcase, so it comes with another set of photo cards, so that's just what I have set up there for. And then after this, this is just a postcard set from their Burst V wish list, whatever that's called. But it's a DVD of theirs, so I just have all members. And then here I just have some just extra stuff. This is my Xiao Polaroid. And then behind this I just have my extra 6 pocket sleeves that I have not been put in use yet. But yes, that was my entire Up Tension collection. This is another collection that I'm hoping will be a lot more complete by the next time I do an update. Alright, so my next binder that we will be going through, and this is like the second to last binder. This is the last binder that holds anything in my main collection though, so this is just what this looks like. I have decorated in the inside of it, mostly with fan art, and honestly you can't really see it, but this is a 3-inch binder and it's like full, and this is just entirely my NCT collection, so I'm interested to see where this will go as the collection grows. But I collect a lot of members for NCT, and as time goes on it just kind of becomes more somehow. But for 127, I have each of these separated out by unit. So for 127 I mainly collect Taeyong and Yuta, so this is just Fire Truck and Cherry Bomb. And then we have regular, irregular, and regulate. And superhuman. This page I really want to do something with. I'm honestly thinking about maybe collecting OT9, but I don't know. Like, I just kind of hate this page, so I don't know. But I do have Taeyong's Kino card for this album, which is probably one of my favorite cards that I own, so that's nice. And then we move on to Neozone, which I have all of Taeyong and Yuta's cards for all NC and T versions. And then I have Taeyong's card from the Kino in the middle. So, yep. And then I did collect 1 card per member for the Neozone album. I'm really happy with how this looks because I just really love all these cards a lot. Then we move on to the final round. I just have both of Taeyong and Yuta's album cards, and then I have Taeyong's holo card in the middle. I usually don't buy holo cards, like the holo standee card, whatever, because I just haven't liked the merch in the past, so I haven't bought it, but I really liked this concept, so I went ahead and bought it. And then I did do the same thing where I collected 1 card from each member. I'm trying to remember, but I think I did pull these 3, and then I actually think I pulled this Haechan too, and then I traded for these 3, and I feel really lucky that I was able to trade for this Jungwoo and this Mark, because I cannot pay this Jungwoo prices, and I cannot pay Mark prices. Which sucks because I think I'd give up so much to be able to collect Mark. Like, I want to collect him so bad, but I just can't. Okay, and then we move on to Dream. So I collect Jeno. I'm wondering if I should start collecting more for Dream, as in like maybe another member or something, but I don't know at the moment. Just because Dream is the only unit where I only collect 1 member, I feel like I should be collecting more for Dream, but I don't know. I'm not committing to anything yet, but we just have his first few album cards at the top, and then we boom, and then reload. And I do have Jeno stickers from the Reload album. They're just on the back here, just to make organizing a little better, because I don't typically collect non-album things for Jeno or Dream really at all, so I just put those there. And then we move on to Wavy. So this page is obviously Takeoff, and I collect mainly Ten, Lucas, and Xiaojun for Wavy. So then we have Take Over the Moon, which I just got this card pretty recently, and I'm still so forever thankful because I got it for such a great price and I didn't have to spend $30 on it, so super happy. Then we have Lucas's cards, which I did pull this one, which I was really happy because these cards are expensive for no reason. But then we have Xiaojun. I did trade for this one as well. And then moving on, here we have Awaken the World. This collection I was really lucky. I did trade for most of the things I needed for this album, because I was really worried with this album that cards were just going to be super hard to find, and I was just never going to be able to complete the collection, just because that's how it was looking for Wavy cards wise at the time. But I was able to finish this collection fairly quickly, and I'm pretty happy with that. And then we move on. So I decided to separate full group stuff. So NCT 2018 and then 2020 I separated just to make it easier on myself, because I want to collect more for 2020, and then there's just no way to organize it in a way that I like if I separate it by unit. So this is just my cover page for that, because there's just nowhere I can incorporate these cards otherwise. So yeah. So for Empathy, this is the Dream version. I'm just missing Lucas's card. And then for the Reality version, I have Lucas's card, thankfully, because Lucas is the person I most recently decided to collect, at least where not new members are concerned. So he's the only person I've had to go back more and collect for. But this is my Resonance collection. So for 2020, I kind of decided that I will let myself do whatever I want, just because this era has just brought me so much joy, and I just want to collect what I want from it. And honestly, my collection would be bigger if I could, but as of right now, I just can't. Honestly, I'd collect OT23 if I could, but I'm poor. NCT is expensive. But for this album, for part 1 at least, I decided to collect Johnny, Taeyong, Yuta, Ten, Lucas, Xiaojun, Jano, Yangyang, and Shotaro. So outside of the people I normally collect, I just decided to collect Johnny, Yangyang, and Shotaro. And I do just normally collect all of the other 6 members. So yeah. I initially wanted to collect Mark and Jaehyun from this album as well, but they're so expensive. And I can't do it. But here we have the Future version, and the only card I'm missing is Johnny's Future. I honestly thought I bought that card, but I was opening my mail and then putting cards away, and I just realized that I never actually did, which is weird. I don't know how I remember buying it, but I just didn't somehow. Like, it's nowhere to be found. I don't know. It's weird, but it is what it is. Yes, hopefully I can get that soon because it's going to bother me. But I have set up for part 2. I actually haven't received my albums yet, so that's why this is pretty bare. So I decided to collect a little bit weirdly from this album, just because you'll see. But this page, out of my top 6, I just decided to collect Hendry, Johnny, and Shotaro for the Departure version at least. And then for the Arrival version, outside of my top 6 is Johnny, Yangyang, and Shotaro. Yes, and then we move to the next page, which I think is the most interesting thing, and I'm really happy that I decided to do this, just because I think it's super fun, but I decided that I want to have a 90s love page. So I really love that song, and I really love the concept. When the preview for the photo cards first came out, I decided that I wanted to collect all of the cards of the members who are in the hockey uniform, because that concept makes me want to just like dissolve because I love it so much. I don't think you understand like truly how much the hockey uniforms affect me. Like, it reaches my soul and just, it's everything to me. So there's obviously some members that I like thoroughly collect that are in this song. One of their cards is here. Like, I kind of tried to even it out to where obviously these pages both have 8 cards per page. So it's like the pages will be full. And the members I don't normally collect kind of compensate for the members that I do normally collect that are on this page. So the people outside of my top 6 that I'm deciding to collect for this set are Win-Win, Mark, Haechan, Yangyang, and Sungchan. So that's like most of them, honestly, but I just picked whichever card from either set fits the set, like, if that makes any sense, like fits the concept best. So like obviously I think the members that are in the hockey uniform are Mark, Jeno, and Sungchan. So those are obviously the cards I'm going to get for them. And then the other members, I just basically picked which kind of outfit on the card fit best with this kind of concept. So that's what this page will look like. And then this next page is just where I plan to put, like, obviously like the more non-photo card-y things for this album. So I just have the yearbook cards up here, and I plan to get another one to have 3 on the top row, but we'll see how that goes. And then I have 1 set of albums, 1 for Departure and Arrival on the way, but I do plan to get at least 1 more set, so I'll have 2 of each of the, like, the ID and the whatever they're called, so those will go here. Yeah, I don't really want to collect for these, even though I kind of like the concept. I especially like the concept of the Arrival card. I don't know what they're called, but like the Arrival kind of, not photo cards, whatever they are. But I really like that concept. I wish I could collect OT23 for one of these sets, but I don't know how that would be possible. I also don't really like the IDs that much, but it is what it is. But then we move on to Super M, and I collect Taeyong, Ten, and Lucas. I honestly should just collect Mark and get it over with. For now, this is just what I have. I still need to get Lucas's Korean cards for their first album, but I can't like find them. It's either that or they're like too expensive, so I don't know if I'll ever get those. And then we have Super One, which I did decide to collect Mark for this album just because of the photo card situation overall was pretty easy to deal with. So there's that. Complete. And then I didn't collect Mark for the IDs, but I have my top 3 completed for all of those, so that's really fun. That's probably like one of the most satisfying pages in my binder. But then we have all the group cards, so I decided to keep like literally all the group cards that I got from all my albums, mostly because it's kind of stupid to try to sell them, especially when they come with every single album. So I was going to try to get rid of them at one point, but I didn't feel like dealing with it, so I just put them all in here and made this weird page, so yeah. Then we have postcards for Super One, and this is complete. Honestly, this album was probably one of the easiest collecting experiences for me, just because trades were really easy. I had some pretty good pulls, and yeah, I think in the end I only really had to buy one card. So yeah, and then we move on to tour cards for Super M. So this is their first set, and then this is the second set, and I still need Lucas's. So if you have these, let me know because I want to buy them. I should have bought them a lot earlier. I don't know why I didn't. But then we move on to all of the bigger stuff that I have for NCT. So I'm going to try to go through this kind of quickly. But the way I separated it is by album stuff. So if it has anything to do with an album, or I put it first. So Seventh Sense is first. I put everything by era and not by member. So we have Seventh Sense first here, obviously, and then we move on to like Taeyong's Polaroids here. And then it moves on to Fire Truck. And I just have a lot of Yuta stuff because Yuta was my bias during that era, so that's why I have more of. And then this includes like all bigger things, so even if it is directly album related and not like merch related, it's back here as well. So we have Limitless and Superhuman stuff, and then regular, irregular, and Neozone postcards. And this is just T version stuff of Neozone. And then I did collect the full set of postcards from the final round, so I have Taeyong and Yuta first because they're like my main biases, and then I just put them in age order after that. So we have Taeyo, Johnny, Doyoung, Jaehyun, Jungwoo, Mark, and then Haechan is on the back. But yeah, and I think this is also from the Kino. But here's just more merch from the final round. I really loved the concept for the final round, so I bought a little bit more merch for it. Not really that much more, but it's like definitely more than I usually go out of my way to buy. And then I did keep Jaehyun's photo because that look on him is just immaculate. It's everything. But then we have some bigger dream things, and then bigger wavy things. I still do need to get Lucas's postcard for Take Over the Moon sequel, but it's not a big deal. And then we have postcards for Resonance. I just have 10 Yuta, and then I have Jano on the back. And then we have Super M stuff, so I just have, I think this is the 100 postcard set, so I just kept the NCT members. So there's that. And then after this is more like concert related stuff. These cards in the middle of Taeyong's page aren't concert related, but this is Neo City The Origin, I think. This is like the merch from the Seoul show, and then this is from the live album, and then these are from like the Beyond live stuff that happened this year. And then this is the Icon stuff. I didn't figure out, I had no idea where to put this set, so it's just here for now. This is just my non-album stuff for 10. I honestly don't go out of my way to collect all that much for a non-album for 10. I've honestly toned down my non-album collecting for NCT in general. I just enjoy collecting album photo cards over other stuff, so that's just kind of what I stick to. So yeah, this is from the summer package. This is one of the pre-orders, and then Beyond Live stuff, and this is from Wavy's most recent photo book, along with this stuff as well. Came with some photos and Polaroid is along with these photos as well. And then I just have some more postcards and extra merch and stuff. I honestly really need to come up with a better way to organize this stuff, but honestly, NCT is coming up on needing another binder, so I don't know exactly what, like when that'll happen, how it'll look. So this is just what I have for now, and then things will probably look different next time we come back to this. But yes, I do have these Taeyong circle cards, so I did have a lot more before, but I just decided to let go of the ones that weren't Taeyong, and I just want them out of my life. So yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if I want to keep these Taeyong ones, but they're here for now. And then that is everything for this binder. This is probably my favorite binder though, so yes. Alright, so this is the last binder that holds anything to do with my collection. And so the stuff in here is basically just stuff that I don't really collect anymore. They're collections that are either complete and like the group is disbanded or something like that, or like stuff I'm just kind of randomly keeping, if that makes sense. So the first section here is all of my Youngmin stuff that I have, so for like MXM and just like extra stuff. I just decided to take this out because I wanted my AB6 collection to be less cluttered, if that makes any sense. And also it just made me feel a lot better to move this. So I just have some extra stuff. This is some concert stuff here, and then just extra MXM things. So that's that. And then we have IOI. So honestly, if I could, I'd go back and collect OT11 for IOI, but that's like, it can't happen at this point. Honestly, maybe someday, who knows. Same with 101, to be honest, but this is just what I have for IOI. This is the same as it's been for years. I miss them. And then we have New East, which I stopped collecting album cards for New East, so this is just what I have left. These 5 cards on the bottom are just gifted to me, and these are just cute cards that I decided to keep. And then we have these, which are also gifted to me, so I decided to keep them. Then we have my Preston collection. So this is almost complete. I'm just missing one of her school out cards, but I honestly don't know if I'll ever get it. It's like the last thing I ever think about, so I don't know. I'm keeping this, I'm keeping this collection, but I don't know if anyone has this Gibbon card, like, let me know. But otherwise, I don't know if I'll ever finish this. And then we have Unity, which this collection I'm still pretty proud of. I collected Yebin and Shia, so this collection was probably one of the hardest for me to complete, but I mean, still really happy with it. And I just put these Enshia cards. These are from her last album related Make Star. Yeah, she's not probably ever gonna have like normal album cards, so I don't really plan to like collect her, but that's what I have. I obviously want to keep those cards. And then we have my Hangul section. This is weird because I have a lot of his X1 stuff and I have like two of his H&D cards, but I'm not, as of right now, planning to collect him going forward. If at any point I get into his new group, there's no saying I won't collect him, but for right now, I mean, his group debuted like recently, but I haven't checked it out yet, so I don't know. We'll see how that goes, but as of right now, I just don't really feel the need to collect that, so this is just what I have for Hangul as of right now. I really like this page. I just think it kind of encompasses just this part of his career really well. So I especially like this OT11 card in the center. And then we just have some cards. This is from one of H&D's fan meets. Happy Day fan meeting. So yeah, and then we just have some extra things. These are fan site cards up here. And I guess I never reorganized this after I took some things out, but here we have more X1 things, and then here we just have my my Wusuk page. Yeah, this is, I don't have like a full collection for Wusuk, mostly because it just got to a point where I just kind of didn't care anymore. So this is kind of where it left off, and I don't collect like his solo stuff or anything, so that's just where that is. And then we have some fan site stuff for Hangul. And then this here is just AKB48 stuff, which I'm sure you're not interested in. But here we just have some extra cards that I haven't let go of. This is Ujin from UMB and Big Flow, one of his solo cards. Then we have 100%. I just don't want to let go of those cards for whatever reason. And then MVP, which, by the way, I've been crying about having an MVP come back for the last like 3 years, and then we finally got it. So first of all, go check out their most recent music video. And also they have a Make Star going right now, so I highly recommend you support if you can, because they deserve all the love and support in the world, and I really want them to reach their goal for the Make Star. So yeah, and I just have this SF9 card, which I honestly at this point could probably get rid of, but it's just here still. And then more bigger things, and these are some Samuel cards I decided to keep. And then Triple H stuff. I have Hyuna and some Hyojung stuff on the back. My signed page from SF9, and then these are Nui's cards. Okay, this is the start of like my trade and sale stuff, so we don't have to go through that, but these are the most recent Nui's cards I decided to let go of, but I haven't really made the effort to get rid of them yet, but yes. So that was everything for my updated photo card collection. That was all of my binders. Like I said at the beginning, I'm really happy with where my collection is at right now, and I'm hoping that by the time I come back with my next update that I'm even happier with where my collection is at. I mentioned this a few times, but there's just a few collections that I'd really like to expand and fill in, so hopefully I can do that by my next update. Yes, I've been looking forward to doing this video for a long time, and I'm glad I could finally make it. But with that said, that was everything. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video.